for the 30 Plus 2 podcast with Gravy and Gate Drop. Let's go!
And we're back. After a
Yo,
week off, it is Gravy and Gate Drop once again, serving you up a Monday podcast. And we have no competition tonight because
No.
PulpMX is off.
we're taking over finally.
We're taking over.
I don't even know what we're taking over, so we'll figure that out
We're
later.
taking over nothing. Well, we got 4 viewers. Hey-o!
Hey,
All right. Well, here is Stephen Christoph. We are on Has Been Coffee right now. We are amped up, Grayson. It's been a week. No, it's been 2 weeks.
I think you're more amped up this show than the last one, and I think you're probably running on even less rest than you have in a while.
It's like the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey with Rebel.
You ever Red Bull?
Rebel? Yeah.
Never had a Red Bull before.
Never. How was your vacation from the podcast and watching St. Louis and the torpedo missile terror attack that happened? And then, we're finally back. What have you been doing?
Honestly, I've just been taking it easy. I was going to try to go out to Albany this last Saturday, but they ended up canceling practice, unfortunately. But no, I just enjoyed the nice Monday evening off, not having to come home and, do house chores real quick before we jump on here. So it was a nice week off, and got to enjoy actually watching WrestleMania this weekend because we had no racing. So no competition for me to try and figure out what I was going to watch this weekend, which was nice.
Right now. So you want to know something funny? By the way,
Yeah,
we're going to talk about 10 days of media at Horn Rapids.
Yeah.
Spring break MX camp that went on. We have the legendary Clinic MX, Michael Smith, coming on in about 8 minutes. We're going to get filled in with how was his week? What's going to be going on in the future? He's got some announcements, breaking news. I wish I queued up something that's like, alarm, like, wah, wah, but whatever.
News break.
Breaking news. And so I'll get back to my funny thing. So forgot that Supercross was not going on last Saturday. I lugged around a 55-inch television in the van for absolutely no freaking reason.
No, that you had to turn it. You got your Xbox though, right? Maybe you got some gaming in at least.
Nah, bro, it was like lugging around just giant billboard for nothing. I had to put it in the driver's seat multiple times because it goes.
You were prepared though. I was
ready for nothing.
Now, are we going to be ready for? Was it Foxborough this weekend? You going to lug it out there this weekend with you?
I don't know. I'm getting a hotel.
Right.
I live the bougie life now. I'm like Steve Mathis. Did you see my hotel? I was all like, there's a room and a room. I've never had a room in a room. It's like,
and it was just you. You needed that extra space.
Oh, I thought about like hopping back and forth to each bed. Like, look at me.
Right.
Looked like a mud fest at Albany yesterday. Yep. I guess we're still swimming on the west side with rain and whatnot.
Yeah, it still hasn't stopped down here. It looks like it's going to stop for a few minutes, and then it kicks back in for another 12 hours, and you're just kind of screwed.
Yeah, I saw some stuff from Steve Graham of just like Robbie pushing like feet of mud off the track, and I'm like, nah, Horn Rapids so much better.
Seemed pretty nice where you were, though.
Dude, you want to know a sad story? Hornado hit me.
Oh, no.
And it murdered the first canopy frame.
Oh, no.
And people are like, well, why didn't you tie it down? I'm like, it was tied down. It was all the way down at its base level. And it was connected to picnic tables. And it has sandbags.
You were prepared.
It didn't lift.
It fought you.
Hornado came through and it literally snapped every single leg like a buzzsaw. It's like, meow, meow, and just cut the whole canopy apart.
Honestly, for how long you've had that thing, to only have one incident so far, that's a success story.
Yeah, I hit up Harriman. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna need a new canopy frame on the spot. And
Right.
yeah, so that yeah,
That's a bummer. That's all.
it
It's
happened.
always rough. It just kind of puts a damper on your day when that happens.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been through a few pop-ups in my time, so that's just
So
not fun.
no, it's
No.
not, especially when it's $500 and the IRS
Mhm.
also wants $1,979 from me because I'm an LLC, and they're like, ha, suck it, small business.
Yeah, how dare you make enough money to survive off of?
How dare you work hard for 12 hours a day?
Nope. We're gonna take more than half of it.
All right, we got Mike Smith coming up in 4 minutes. Anything else you want to touch on before we bring him on?
Um,
I am
do
like whiskey
do we
right now.
do we want to dabble in some Supercross, or has everybody heard enough of that by now? You think?
Well, let's do a quick 4-minute
Yep.
recap. Jet was looking really good.
Yep.
Tomac looked to be really good, and
Yep.
he
He
brought
looked
it
back.
back.
Yep.
And then the AMA went after. I'm just bold statements here.
Yeah.
AMA went after Lawrence, with the red flag,
Yep.
red cross flag, put it out there like, ha, we have to keep you from winning because
that's
it's
exactly.
getting boring. Bold takes here. We have to put this flag out and hope you don't get it. Like,
So what was the excuse with Anderson? He jumped it twice.
Oh.
Are they really out for him then?
No, Anderson, just like Mathis says, is DGAF, NFG,
Yep.
don't
Yep.
care. He'll cut the track and he'll keep
No.
going.
That red cross flag, it was that was stupid to me. It was, yeah. I'm sure everybody's heard enough of that, but
yeah.
it was kind of nice to see Jet take a couple point hit and actually make this a little bit of a tighter race now.
Yeah, and just like Hornado hitting my canopy, the torpedo of Justin Porsche annihilating Lawrence. Like, bro, where were you going?
I just think he was scared of having Vince behind him. I've heard Vince was involved in so many incidents again. Like,
it doesn't matter. It's just Vince Friese.
It just follows him. He's not doing this stuff intentionally. It just happens.
He's probably getting blamed for something on the weekend off too, like in the way. I don't know.
For sure. But
Poor
yeah,
Vince.
That was pretty crazy. It was cool to see Tomac though get back on the top spot where he left off a little bit.
So yeah, we're down the 8-point gap now between Webb and Lawrence. Who do you think is gonna win outdoors? Well, we got the number 1 of Lawrence on there, and
that's a tough one.
We're going 22-0 again. Bold statements here tonight.
Already. Okay. I'm not completely against that.
Well, who's gonna stop him?
That's I think Chase is gonna get one this year on the new bike. I think he's gonna be more comfortable. I don't know. I have a feeling Chase is gonna get at least one.
I hear Honda's gonna bring back the 150R and put Lawrence on it to get bikes.
We're gonna have like a Barsha days again and just have him redlining that thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, we got Mike Smith coming up. I'm just waiting for him to join. It sounds like he's going to be audio only, so I'm going to Photoshop.
Right, get him a little picture real quick.
Banter for me, please, because
I'm excited to have Mike on today. He's one of the coolest dudes I've met in a while at the racetrack. One of the first few people to jump on, like I like to call it, the gravy train.
Oh, he does have. I've locked my computer up now.
Uh-oh.
We got technical difficulties, but Mike's got a camera.
Right. Oh, there you go.
Conveniently, he's got his own background. We're gonna have to have a competition with our guest here on who has the better background, because Miner stepped it up with the actual Suzuki.
Yep.
And now we got Mike Smith right here throwing a fat whip in the background with a dog.
Got himself. I love it.
Let's adjust. There we
go.
I wanted to readjust that. How's it going, Mike? Welcome to the 30+2.
I'm good, dude. I'm getting a ton of feedback. Hold on.
All right.
Hold on.
All the feedback. You might want to put headphones in. If not, I can just turn your audio differently. That's all right. We're new on this.
We run a janky project.
First time I'm like 15 seconds behind you guys.
Okay, just watch on your phone or the computer and not on social media. You got it figured out?
I don't know, dude.
You wanna rejoin?
Oh, he's nope.
I don't know. This is tight though. Hold on. Maybe.
Technical difficulties here. That's all right. We had the beginner class as well this weekend, and some of our people. Should I just roast Mike right now?
Do it.
I mean,
Let
he
it
might
go.
come find me and be like, yeah, he's a little technical here, but we'll get him back in here.
It wouldn't be our show if we didn't have some kind of issues.
Let's try this again. Can you hear us now? A little better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's a little delayed still.
Well, I'll try it again, boys.
Are you
I
trying
can
on?
hear you.
Are you trying on the iStream software, or are you trying to watch through Facebook or whatever? You want to try on your phone? All right. Well, Mike gets that all figured out. 10 days of media at Horn Rapids. That was gnarly.
That's pretty crazy. That's almost a record, probably, right?
Yeah. Pretty close. Last year I did 10 days at. All right, we got him back. I did 10 days at Washougal.
Oh, geez.
And the difference between 10 days at Washougal and 10 days at Horn is there's no shower unless you get really friendly with people at Washougal, or else you're going to smell like a hobo. What's the longest, Mike? What's the longest amount of time you've been at a track without a shower?
I think the longest, honestly, has probably been the road to Loretta's, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
So no matter how you slice it, unless you like back-to-back drive with someone, I mean, dude, it's 3.5 days.
Yep.
And even when you drive, like, you still get funky.
Rolling with the windows down, funky.
You can still get funky. So honestly, the gnarliest is probably driving to Loretta's if you don't like stop and handle that. Because I tell you, when I get to Tennessee after that drive, the first place is like, dude, I'm hitting the showers, like, for real.
For real.
You know,
you
you're
have
stopping at a love station to, at least get the pits.
No, man. Like, I mean, you might take some baby wipes, but the matter of the fact is, you're just trying to get there. And so, honestly, to like be perfectly honest, dude, it's driving to Tennessee is the gnarliest.
All right. Well, you're on here now. I know we have some technical difficulties. We have a janky show. We just, re-roll of stuff. Grayson's computer was doing a green screen, and he only was like a floating head before we went live here. So, how's it going, Mike?
Man, I tell you what, it's still
Green store covering.
I know you had more days than I did. Finally, my voice is back. You heard me Thursday morning. It's brutal, man. But now just we're working on some administrative stuff for leading up to our summer residency at Park Moto in Canby, Oregon, where we run Tuesdays and Wednesdays every week at Pat's Acres for our group sessions. Which what that does is that creates some stability for families because families have been like we're the busiest we've ever been, and so if we can set a solid schedule in line for families, they can plan ahead, whether it's with a neighbor or someone, the family can be like, all right, well, sweet, we're going to plan ahead. We know Mike's going to be there, every week, all month. Families can plan ahead that way. So that's very important to us.
Yeah. So we were going to get Jason Valley on as well to kind of recap all the stuff that all you guys did. For those that didn't know, the spring break camp happened this past week at Horn Rapids. You had yours truly, Michael Smith, there, Jason Valley with Next Level MX Clinics, Sean Wilson with Wilson MX Schools, Rob Monsoon Manning, Danny Brocker, and Connor, how do you say it? Plateau. See, I suck as an announcer. We had it jam-packed. For those that have never done training and never done a camp before, you want to explain a little bit of like the behind the scenes of what you and Jason put together along with everyone else?
Well, first I want to say thank you to everybody that did come out. Jason Valley with Next Level MX Clinics. He's the soul. He is the body and soul of all of this. He relies on me to come in and help. Without Jason, this wouldn't happen. So first and foremost, I want to thank Jason for believing in myself and the Clinic MX for what we the culture we bring.
Yeah.
Without him, these would never go. This isn't a Clinic MX deal. This is Jason Valley's vision and what he brings. What we've done in the last 4 years is I couldn't be more proud of us because I wouldn't attach what Clinic MX does. I wouldn't attach our culture, and I also wouldn't attach our athletes that come to these camps. So I just want to give all the props to Jason and Next Level for, like I said, man, trusting myself, what we stand for, what we bring to the table, and having us be a part of it because, there's the show is it's a production what we do.
Yeah.
He does. I mean, we've got raffles and dinners that we put together. We're timed just like a national. I feel very grateful that he puts his trust into what we've done for the last 4 years to put on what we both believe is hands down the best motocross camp athlete advancement programs I think anywhere, to be perfectly honest with you. So with the help of all of our friends and adversaries, Robbo, Sean, Connor's here this year, and Danny, what these families get from once we wake up to once we go to bed is, I mean, I don't think nobody can phase us on that.
Yeah, this was my first time going to a camp, and I was honestly super stressed out. I'm sure I don't know how you guys are feeling like Sunday before everything started, but I'm all like, I don't know what I'm getting into. I don't know what's gonna go on. How's the whole week gonna play out and everything? Well, I was like so less stressed out by like Monday morning once everything started because you guys all had everything organized on a time basis. And you know how I'm like organized chaos here over in the gate drop compound. So I'm not used to like, a structure. And that was super nice to have like breaks and all this stuff that goes on. So you said this is your 4th year doing a camp with Jason and whatnot. Like, what do you love most about like getting together with all the trainers and putting this like dynamic together?
That's a great question, Stephen, and thank you for being there and be able to see it because if folks that are watching, if you've never been to one, ask somebody who has been there. Our organization, again, this all stems from Jason at Next Level. This starts weeks in advance. We have Zoom calls. We have itinerary discussions. Are we still perfect? Absolutely not. Like, we enjoy feedback from families. You got to understand, this year was our biggest one ever. I think we had over 50 athletes. I think we had close to 60, and so that's a lot to handle. All this preparation begins weeks ago. We just don't show up. The most important thing for all of us is value. When the families take off, when they pull out of that gate, we want them, just like on my local stuff, is when they pull out of the gate, they think to themselves, dude, that was rad. Like, little Johnny, dude, he came a long way. Mom and dad, they got value. What terrifies us, if everybody knows what a Yelp review is, like, dude, we don't want bad Yelp reviews. We want to find a resolution to any conflict, but most importantly, whether it's grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, whoever it is, when their athlete leaves, we've leveled them up. And to answer your question, having the multiple trainers, I'll just paint a quick little picture here. Because when we have multiple trainers, our trainers are stationed throughout the track. And so what happens is when we rotate our rider groups, these riders and athletes, they're getting multiple influences. And the trainers we have on site, the coaches that we all have a similar ideology. We all have a similar, we're not going to be like, open up your corners, swoop in, and then you're going to go see someone else that totally contradicts that. We're going to all have a little different ideology. So the riders and families that do come, you're getting more bang for your buck, more value, just along with all those different trainers. Because none of us are the end all be all, right? We all have our different recipe. And this year, we just keep leveling up not only our riders but also our personal performances and how we can end on such a strong note every time. And I call it, dude, when there's so many riders, sometimes it's herding cats, but we have nighttime seminars with families. We are not afraid to walk around and answer questions because, like I said, man, the most important thing is we grow together as a collective and most importantly, as a region.
Yeah. Grayson, feel free to
For
jump
sure.
in so I'm not stealing
No,
everything.
no, you're good. You're good. So you've been doing, you said 4 years with the clinic now. That's so cool to hear. Like, I remember you talking about it from that first couple years, you know, down at Albany and stuff when I met you. I've never personally taken a class or, you know, got a coach or anything like that in my life. But what do you think is like one of the misconceptions people have going into, like, you know, oh, I don't need a coach, I don't need, you know, a trainer. Like, but when they come in and take the, you know, a course with you guys, like, what is the one thing that really changes in their mind is to like, wow, this is actually a good idea, you know?
That's a great question, and I can't speak for anybody else
Mhm.
or their any other mentors. I consider myself a mentor number one.
Mhm.
Coach is
Yeah.
baseball, trainer is you need to be in the gym. For me personally, I just want to be a moto mentor. That's a great question because number one, it comes down to trust. It takes a
Mhm.
lot for a family to reach out and be like, okay, can I trust this person?
Mhm.
I'll put a little bit of my personal recipe out on the streets. I've been doing this a long time, and I can usually spot areas where we may need to work with a rider. Basically, I'll give you the long story short. The faster I can get you, Grayson,
Mhm.
improved, faster, smoother, and your results get better, frankly, dude, the better I look.
Right.
And so what that does is I try to keep, for me personally, I'm speaking for myself here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I try to keep the cost of entry as low as possible, as fair as possible, because
For sure.
Grayson, I need you to come back.
Yep.
I can't have you come out and burn you, and I don't see you for 6 weeks because it's out the window.
Yep.
The most important thing is repetition and keeping things going, and that's circling back to what we talked about Pat's Acres is
Mhm.
being there every week. So with families that have those ambitions, is I try to tell them, I say, hey, if you can come see me twice a month, keep the
Yeah.
ball rolling, right?
Yep. Yep.
And value is very important, and you know, especially with the younger kids, being able
Mhm.
to make the most of the days where maybe little Johnny he's not shown up that day, to be able to identify that and not keep beating into the ground something that they're just not uh, executing well. Okay.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, here at the clinic, MX is we run.
Oh no.
We lost
We
him.
lost him.
Oh,
We
it was
run
going
on.
so
We'll
good.
never know.
It was going so good. Oh, there he is.
The secret sauce was lost.
Right. Not a lot of people, especially in this day and age, respond well to what I say being mother effed.
Mhm.
I'm not that dude.
Yeah.
Like I said, the being able to one of the hardest parts of my job, quiet fool, is being. Hold on.
It's the
Uh-oh.
dog. It's the dog cutting your connection.
God,
Like, you can't
get
say
outta
the
here.
secret sauce here.
God. One of the hardest parts of my job is being a part-time psychologist. You know what I mean? To be able to
Mhm.
relate to whether they are 6 years old or 60, and cutting the fat. And I have what I have a roadmap. We have to
Yeah.
start somewhere, and I try to not use. We don't do little cone drills. We go into race simulation because
Mhm.
normally, when we're working on one thing, organically, what can happen is we can work on two or three other things, and they don't even know it. And so then when we bring that to their attention, what that does is the awareness builds. And it's like, holy shit, okay, we did this. We sat here, we opened this corner up, we were smooth on the gas, and next thing you know, in one session, we can go a long way, so long as people listen and execute.
Right.
But like I said, man, for me personally, it's like I work my butt off to, like I said, dude, the faster an athlete, young or old, gets better, then people will ask, Steven, holy cow, dude! In winter you were 8th, 9th, and now you're top of class. What happened? Well, I've been working with Mike. So word of mouth is very important to me.
That's huge. Yeah, for sure.
I got a good curveball, and this will tie into Sam Hansen's question he's got on YouTube here. Thanks for sticking with us for the podcast here, as we're already 25 minutes deep into it. You deal with so many bike sizes and ages of riders and whatnot. Sam's got a question. Is he just turned 15 yesterday? Do you think I need a super mini, or should I stay on a stock bike or get a 125? With your experience with Loretta's, you've personally gone Mammoth and been dealing with all these age brackets. Like, do you have any kind of opinions like for that age bracket on what they should do if they're in the in between on bike sizes?
That's a great question. And so now is this answering Sam personally, because I know Sam, or is this a general question? Actually, we'll do both. So for you, Sam, I'm very proud of you, Sam, because last time we got together, you've grown so much and came a long ways. Part of my experience when I was growing up, when I was on RM80s, I told my dad I wanted a pro circuit pipe. Had to have one. We didn't have a lot of money. Dad looked at me and said, I'll tell you what, you ride that bike until it doesn't go no faster. Then we'll get a pro circuit pipe. For Sam, I say, Sam, you ride the wheels off of that bike until it doesn't go any faster. He follows that to the end of the year. Then start looking at now with a super mini. You got to look at motor packages. I'll keep this super short because we could go on for hours doing this. There's a big difference between a 105 and there's a big difference between a Lynx 112. Mm-hmm. My personal opinion is for the small bike riders, 85 super mini, I encourage to go to 125s first. My opinion.
Okay.
That will also make them a more savvy, skillful rider because let's face it, 4-strokes are very easy to ride.
Hence
now, on the flip side of that, I personally would say, and again, every family's different, a minimum of 1 year on a big wheeled 125. Now, that being said, if it's in the family dynamic and budget, if you're able to, once they kind of graduate up, if you can have a 250F and a 125, both of those bikes together can help each other. A 125 helps you carry speed. You can't be lazy. You have to learn how to shift, things of that nature, to where as a 250F with the power and whatnot, when they jump on a 125, in theory, they should haul ass on that thing because it's a mountain bike.
Yeah.
So that is my personal outlook on it. Again, every family's different. And one thing I pride myself on with the way I work with people, not only on the track, but also if families have questions like this, is I offer suggestions. I will never, ever, 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 ever tell you what to do.
Yeah.
We explore where you're at, your goals, things of that nature, and we digest that together as a team. I will never tell you what to do.
Yeah, it's kind of the same, like even relating with like, I'm going to try to tie it with, since Grayson and I are just media junkies here. People are always asking me, what camera should I get? I'm like, Jesse Smith loves that question. And something that I've honed to, just like suggesting is like, hey, why don't you get something you're comfortable with and then figure that out before you just start buying, excess stuff and you still don't know how to use it. I know not most people. There's some people that are like, oh man, I need to go get a 450 because it's the fastest bike out there.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not skilled for it. And it's like, you got to learn your craft first before you just go send it,
Yeah, no. And Steven, that is exactly right. That is a great analogy because one of our riders out at camp, just met him. I mean, we've been friends on Facebook forever and Instagram. Brett, he was out there on a 450. He got a screaming deal on it. And again, I'll save you this story. Struggling with it. And so his son or son-in-law had a current model CRF 250. I said, you know what? For fun, let's try that and give him some more control. Dude, I tell you what, bro, if I was the size, bro, I'd be a 125 assassin. Especially now, I'm much too large for a 125.
Hey,
now,
there's still time. Dream race is in August.
Yeah, there is that, but you're right, man. 450s are a lot, so that's a great analogy you did have, because when I work with these families, and even speaking about Sam Hansen that asked that question, is comfortability number one, and that's where I work with athletes and families together. Is we develop this plan individually, um, and we kind of go from there. But to answer his question, I'm a firm believer in the stepping stone of 85 super mini, 125, and then ultimately 250F.
You mean you don't want to do what I did? I went 85 at 13 straight to 250F Honda.
Well,
I was also like 6'2" at 13, so.
Hey man, I was racing the RM250 at 13 too. You know, times are a little different, but with the four strokes, man, especially the modern ones, the modern 250F is a fantastic machine.
Mhm.
So again, like anybody that reaches out, I learn if I don't know who they are, period. These are the questions I do kind of ask and try to understand, because, like I said, I don't want to make a suggestion that could hinder anybody. Like Steven, if you ask me where should I take Lauren for dinner, if I'm gonna give you an idea of where to eat, I don't want you to come back at me and be like, bro, that taco stand sucked. You know, I want my word to mean something. So I do take pride in that. So that's a great question, Sam.
All right. Since we've already touched on camp and whatnot, I got a few more. I know we try to keep it in the 30+2 bracket, you know, with two moto format. Here's, I don't know if many people, I'm sure people have asked you it before, but for anyone who's never met you, how and why did you get into doing all the training and mentoring and all that? Like, did you, like, I don't know, just decide one day, like, hey, dude, I want to help you out? Like, what was the whole reasoning of making the Clinic MX?
That is a great question, and I've heard this. I've been asked this before. This goes back to years ago, and when I was even before training for nationals and whatnot. I call it my recipe. A couple friends, adversaries, whatnot, was asking for a few tips, and like I told you, man, I want to cut the fat, and the sooner I can improve somebody's number one, riding experience, but also their skill set, the more they're going to enjoy riding a dirt bike. And frankly, the clinic grew organically. It grew organically.
Nice.
There was a couple riders I worked with that all of a sudden they really started improving their skill set. And they told two friends, what is that, Wayne's World? They tell two friends, they told two friends, and so on. And so really that's how it organically happened. And I was back here in 2020 for the regional at Washougal after Paula, and a friend of mine called and he's like, dude, have you ever thought about doing this professionally, like as your gig? And I'm like, I don't know, I guess. So total long story short, to answer your question, it was just a matter of organically happening with working with just some friends and whatnot, and the results were so rapid that, I mean, that's really the only explanation I have for it. It wasn't like, oh, I lost my job, this sucks, I'm gonna do this. And what I do love is getting, like, at the end of camp, everything's wrapped up, we said our thank yous, everything else, and when there's a line of people at the van that just want to say thank you, because not only can you see it with the eye test, when a rider can feel it in their ass, that is when I know we've done a good job.
Yeah. Basic examples, just to recap PRO real quick, because some of your riders did the camp and then they stuck around for PRO. For example, Boone Pearson, the number 150 rider. Dude, he was on suicide watch, let's be honest, after OPMC mud race. That whole shot challenge, beating the Perkins. He was, you know, a fluffy bunny again and just ready to just go at it. He did really well at PRO, kind of got knocked around, had a big crash, but I could tell working with you, Sean, Monsoon, Brocker, Plateau, and Jason, like, he still kept his chin up high and just focused on the next race and his craft. He was going after it. And that was a brutal track. And just that as an example of what all you guys did at the camp, like, it's gonna forever, in my opinion, affect him for future races to just keep honing his craft that you guys are all teaching.
Dude, 100%. Everybody that was at camp, I mean, shoot, if nobody follows the Clinic MX on Instagram, I encourage you to do it now. We had so many breakthroughs with so many different riders and athletes that we carried all of that over and couldn't be more proud. And like I said, man, I'm so grateful. I can't give enough kudos to Jason Valley of Next Level MX, man. He and I are, I believe, one of the best powerhouses, not only in our region, but the country, let alone our supporting crew. Just because he and I have this kind of partnership we got going on, that's not discounting anybody else. That is the results you'll see from these camps that we put on. And that's why we're so passionate about them, is because not only are these riders, athletes, families having they're stoked. Everyone wants to win. But in the end, we're promoting safety as well. I couldn't be more stoked on all of our riders across the board, not just clinic riders, but Next Level riders, Sean's riders, Rob's riders, everybody else, man. It's just that all ships rise at high tide. You know what I mean?
Oh, I totally misspelled that.
And one cool thing, man, you know what else is exciting coming up? I know we'll try to keep this short, but looking ahead to the summer, like I said, we got Park Moto coming up. We'll be there every week and whatnot, but Top Gun back at Washougal.
Oh yeah, I was gonna get into that. And then Grayson's got his final question for you before we wrap it up. Breaking news!
Right.
Live.
Hell yeah.
Washougal Top Gun is back.
Washougal Top Gun, baby. So
that's awesome to hear.
You have the floor.
Breaking news here live is Clinic MX and Next Level MX, Jason Valley. We are combining our forces. We are announcing that we are out for blood this year. We are combining our forces. We are entering Top Gun with a team, and we are out to win it this year. We're going to be a first-year team, and we want that trophy. We want that trophy. So, Clinic MX, Jason Valley, Next Level. We run the South. He's up north. We want to combine our forces. Anybody that is any part of our program, hell, dude, even if you're not, and you want to be part of our culture, we both pride ourselves on culture. We're very culturally based. Clinic MX, Next Level MX, Top Gun 2024 team. You heard it here first.
That's awesome. That's so cool to hear. I'm stoked for you guys doing that too. And just to have Top Gun back at Washougal is super cool.
Oh, man, it's a great way to close out the summer for sure.
It is. So before we wrap things up here, I was going to come in. I just want to say, I've been keeping tabs on you and the clinic over the last handful of years, and it's so cool to see how much it's grown and the variety of riders from the little kids to, the up and comers, right now in the B classes and schoolboy and whatnot. It's awesome to see, and it shows what you're doing is working right now. We got Mikey doing really well down. It looks like the World Minis this last couple weeks or whatever it's been. Terlecki's, improved over the last, however long he's been with you and is looking good as hell. But I just want to say that's awesome, and I'm stoked to see you guys doing so well. But before I let you go, I always like to ask one random little question at the end. We all know you're a punk rock guy, but who's the number one band on your list for punk?
Oh man, you know what?
I know that's a tough one, but
dude, I thought this was going to be an easy interview. Shoot. So yeah, not only are we're punk to the core, right? But we're also New York hardcore, LA hardcore, and even been trying to slide more of this in, like the late 80s, the 90s, the hip hop too. Yeah. Real music, because just like motocrossers, we're DIY, right? Yep. We don't have people telling us what to do. We go out and we make things happen on our own. But no, I feel for a long time, I got to give you my top three probably.
That works.
Okay, top three is Authority Zero. Nice. Authority Zero. Podium, second place will be Always Strung Out before they got rid of Jordan Burns, the drummer who was with Moto Triple X.
Yep.
To round out the top three, man, probably I can't
That's
even.
Tough. That's tough.
Those are my two podiums. So everyone listen to Authority Zero and Strung Out.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Pennywise, third.
Pennywise, there you go.
Pennywise.
There you go.
It's like I put that on there on the
You
story.
did, Steven. Great song choice, though.
Right?
My man.
It's like he knows you a little bit or something.
Yep, that's right. Hey, keep moto punk rock.
Hell
Every
yeah.
time I just see Mike, I just hear oh.
That's
why-
face to face.
That's why I went with the Moto Triple X graphics.
You know what
this
you should
last time,
do
for sure.
This will be because we're gonna let you go as well because I'm also getting hungry. You should do Out for Blood in the back of the truck with all the kids at Top Gun, and then just blare like him.
Yep.
Slow
You know
mo.
what? I like where your head's at.
We might just need to get a little. We might need to
Just
get a local punk group.
A
up there just for the whole
Macy's
week.
parade. You're just like chucking out like cards looking like ninja stars. Like
Yeah. Well, real quick. So Ty Crandall, best bud of mine, Washougal family. We have an idea
okay.
for Washougal. We have something on a really cool idea, a really Warped Tour-ish idea.
I
Stay
like.
tuned. But yeah, Clinic MX baby with Next Level, Top Gun. I like that. Out for Blood.
I love
I
that.
like that.
That's what Jason did at Mini Warriors. They're like driving around from the corn maze, and the kids just randomly just started like Out for Blood.
Too. Hey, we're open to everything, my man. But no, I appreciate the time tonight. Like I said, everybody that came to camp, dude, it was a great success. All of our riders at PR was awesome, and just look forward to a safe. Number one, everyone just have a safe summer, but a successful summer.
Yeah, where will we see you next, and how can people follow you if they've never even heard of you for some reason?
Check out the Clinic MX on Facebook, on Instagram at the clinic_MX. Also our website, theclinicmx.com. Never hesitate to reach out. And dude, like I said, I got a bunch of administrative stuff going on this week as far as getting Pat's Acres going in a week or two. And basically have van. We'll travel for families that might not be, down south Portland area. I always encourage families like OPMC or Riverdale, get 3, 4, 5, 6 year buddies together. Let's make a weekend out of it. You know what I mean? Then you're almost getting a mini camp environment where we can ride all day. We're not locked into a 2, 3, 4 hour session. Then, we hang out, lecture time, talk about different things at nighttime, and then have the whole next day. So actually that value goes up quite a bit if we work something like that out.
Sweet. Well, I'll definitely, if it works in my schedule and whatnot, if you allow me to come back,
good,
come
baby.
hang out. I don't know. I know
Oh.
I'm like handful at times.
Drop Showdown 2.0, baby. Be there, be square.
Yeah, that's coming up right after Top Gun. We'll see how many tired riders we have after the whole month of September. They're probably gonna be like, dude, we can't do it anymore. We need a vacation. Well, Mike, thanks for jumping on, and dude, we'll have to have you on more often. We barely touched the surface of everything. We gotta go into the 90s and everything else like that you were a part
stories.
of. We need the Moto Triple X stories.
Bro, I mean, that might be Mike After Dark, but no, it's that's one thing we try to do around here is we try to build kind of that culture.
Oh,
We're not here forever.
Oh, there he is.
Let's have a good time. We work our asses off, but we have a good time doing it.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
So, all right, boys,
Wow.
I apprate you. Thank you very
Awesome.
much, and let's see everyone at the races.
Awesome.
Thank you, dude. It's good seeing you.
Have a good night, Mike.
The
Balloons.
balloons. That was gold.
That's great. Dude, we haven't had an outro before, and
That was
Mike,
good.
Mike did something new, and then I just learned how to do the captions. So,
Hey, it's
Mike
working.
After
It's working.
Dark.
We're making
yeah.
progress.
I think I could play some music here. Let's try this real
Ooh.
quick, as we have our thing here. They're probably really like crappy music. All right, let's try this. The indie rock. It's not.
Oh, gee.
Mike's never coming back on again now after that.
We're playing.
After the 10-day stretch, I had a couple things, but it was too good of an interview. I was going to throw some interlays. This is how I felt after 10 days of media.
I'm pretty tired. Think I'll go home now.
Completely. I
I
feel that
have
way
to.
after a day. I don't know how you're managing 10 days. That's rough, dude.
I want to say thank you to everyone who signed up for Woodland Camp, PRO, everything in between. Thank you, Larry, for all the foods that you gave me. Winslow is helping me out. Grenz's, Boone's, probably owe Boone's at least a 6-pack. A whole bunch of stuff. This is the culture of how our, like Mike was saying, how the culture is in our sport.
Yep.
Super fun. Got to know new riders, new signups, and everyone's being super patient. So there is my speech. What else is there to cover? We're 45 minutes in. We're just about done.
Not
You
much.
said Massachusetts is coming up. I don't
think,
even look. I don't look
We
at
got
the schedule.
Foxborough, and then I think we go to Nashville for a showdown, if I'm
Supercross.
correct.
Let's look at the schedule.
The other thing that kind of popped up, Blake Baggett. Where'd he come from all of a sudden? I don't know if anybody's seen that really yet, but
April 13th, Foxborough, Massachusetts. Round 13 of Supercross. Will Lawrence take it back? Will Sexton take the KTM to the top? Or will Cooper Webb keep the morning wood hard? Oh, boy.
gonna get canceled on that one.
Yeah. As Matthew Miner says, we only got the tip for a mic.
No, for sure. There's probably he could talk for hours. I bet, like you said, after dark show would be a good idea.
Yeah, Mike and I stayed up till like 1 a.m. just talking, and then I looked at my watch. I'm like, oh boy, we gotta go to bed.
Got to be up in a few hours.
Special thanks to Bowman's. They fed pretty much everyone, like literally everyone at the camp. Thank you, Jason Valley, for inviting myself out, putting it all together. I was trying to get him on here, but he's probably enjoying a little bit of a vacation with his wife. We'll have to get more people on here. Get well soon. Sean Wilson, he cracked his tib and fib. He was going to come on tonight as well, but he's probably loopy right now. Because,
Need some time.
It was gnarly. Kian is asking, is Baggett back for outdoors? I don't know. We don't have any inside sources.
No.
I know Craig is not doing great. Are they gonna do a fill-in switcheroo or something?
Are they gonna be a fill-in for I don't know. I don't think Baggett's gonna be back quite yet. I think he's just keeping us on our toes right now.
What number would he be? Because the number 4 is taken away.
Well, wouldn't he have to be? He'd have to be a 3-digit number again because it's been so long, right?
Probably.
I think so.
Or is he gonna go over the KTM and just like steal all the number plates and be like, "Ha! I got my number back." So yeah, One Moto Show's coming up. They announced it. John Ebert's got the breaking news. So
he's got it in here.
Our own media people on the 30+2 podcast all don't know anything.
We don't know nothing. All I'm seeing is some Instagram bangers right now.
Yeah. We've been working since 5:30. Anything you got to rant about? Oh, that grinds your gears. I have a few. I'm just gonna knock them out.
Honestly, nothing at the moment.
Cue the title.
Give it.
No.
It didn't even show on my screen.
It worked. Whatever.
I got dial up. I owe the IRS $2,000. Whatever.
They're slowing your speeds down since you owe money.
Thanks, Biden. What grinds my gears? They're just kind of joking, but also,
but are they?
Please don't. I don't understand you buy the media from one of us, we color it, and then you throw an Instagram filter on top of it. Like, why? Why am I spending this much time to make it look nice the way it should be? And then I understand black and white, that's fine. But yeah, put these filters that I use, and I'm gonna be the hypocrite myself. I use the filter to get rid of the redness and whatnot. But yeah, make the photo look like a grungy 2000s Apple pocket camera that I started with. Like, just why? That's all I ask is why.
That doesn't make any sense why you would adjust something that somebody already worked on. That's a little, you know, I don't know. That's
I don't know.
they're trying to be artistic too, so maybe we just got to let them have their freedom.
I stayed up till 3 a.m. for that just to get filtered.
Yep. Yep.
And also, download your photos. I don't understand why we screenshot. Are we just at the ultimate epitome of lazy? You pay me $100 and then you screenshot your photos and they're grainy. This is the only reason why I complain about it, because you post it and then you thank me on it, which I appreciate the thanks. But
Right.
look at it from my view. You paid that much money and you're also you're promoting me as essentially with a grainy photo. And I've
Yep.
got a couple $1,000 camera that makes that photo crystal clear. And then you post the grainy thing because you didn't click download. Please do me a favor. Just download your photos. That's all I say. That's all I ask. I'll be the most
Like,
hated media guy.
I don't understand that either. Why would you pay for a good full quality image?
Yeah.
And some people don't see it like we do, where they don't have the eyes that you and I are going to have for when somebody is posting something that's screenshotted or saved off of Facebook or whatever it may be. Like
Yeah.
sometimes they look all right, to the normal person, they're not going to notice it, but
And I think it's just the majority of people just like they don't realize that aspect because it hasn't been explained. So no hate comms, just please download them. I appreciate everyone that does it correctly because I pay $500 a year for my thing to be super simple.
For sure, right? You want to make it easy as possible to get the best quality content they can, and from your point of view, it's like, well, I could take my iPhone out and take a picture of you next time.
We're losing our viewers because we're
losing them. All right, we'll stop now. We'll stop.
My final one. If you want media, always just ask. Because if you don't ask, I don't know.
Are you sure?
That's what makes it hard, because there'll be 500 entries and there's one of me, and then there's a 40+ gate. People are like, "Hey, did you get that photo of me?" I'm like, "Ha, bro, I don't know."
Right. Just because they see your bright yellow shirt on the side of the track doesn't mean you're taking a picture of them.
Always ask. I'm very nice. I try to be. Make sure I get my coffee before you come ask.
Wait till the writers' meeting is maybe over if you're not for sure on the list yet.
If I'm in the work zone, that's like the worst time to ask. If I'm literally running, trying to get
they're chasing you down.
Like, come here. That's all I got. Also, if you're gonna drive 10 under in the passing lanes on the left side, don't do that.
I think this is like the third or fourth time we've mentioned this. That lane's for criminal activity only.
We're gonna make a bumper sticker. This will be my final sound off for people that are going under the speed limit to encourage them to go faster. You can do it.
We need to get you like a megaphone on that van for you so you can just start yelling at people.
Oh, I should have queued up that Instagram where have you seen it where it's like in the countryside, the lady's like with the mic, "Excuse me, ma'am, you are going 45 in a 55. Put the foot to the gas pedal. Thank you." All right, that's a wrap. Right. Coming up this weekend is area qualifier. Grayson, are you gonna go?
Probably not. Let's be real.
God,
Let's be real here.
We're just gonna get rid of you. You call yourself a media guy,
right?
I'll be going back to Horn Rapids. We'll probably be leaving Friday. Limited signups because I am burnt out right now, dude. Limited signups for Instagram Reels. I can do photos all day. Those are quick and easy.
Yep.
So if you want anything during area qualifiers, feel free to message. I didn't have it queued up, right?
Nope, it's not there. There it is. There it is.
It's not popping up. There it is.
It's over there.
Make sure to follow @GateDrop_pro. follow Gravy 648 for some reason. I don't know.
So maybe I don't know. I might maybe I'll show up at Albany on Wednesday. I don't know. Maybe the boss will let me off work early.
I hear the flu's going around. So yeah,
You never know.
all right. I know we're
Awesome.
just bantering here. Sorry, dudes.
It's winding down. It's winding
Let's wrap
down.
it up. As
All
you
right.
can tell, the coffee was. Now we're going down.
Going back down.
All right.
All right, man.
Yep. Massachusetts. We'll see you guys next Monday. We will see if Lawrence can hang on to the points lead. We'll see. I think it's an East Coast. We'll see if Danger Zone.
See if the danger zone is still going on.
Danger Zone. Welcome
We'll
to
see.
the Danger Zone.
We either
Or
got a
Saturday.
Sackadoo or a danger zone. Nice.
Our audience is like this right now.
Seriously. They're like, all right, we're done.
All right. Catch you guys later.
All right.
Subscribe. Follow us. We'll give you more action and we'll get more amateurs, trainers, and whoever else on.
Awesome. Thanks, Steven. Thanks again to Mike for coming on tonight. That was fun.
Yep.